Why is there so much crime in Joint County and consistent poverty? Meth labs are rampant, and so are the vampires. And where is the FCC? Mayor Jason says, and some choose to believe it, that the Saunterman problem is gone. So here's where you'll find it, the tales of that town, the demons, the rednecks, and me. Who claim that mages would listen and help you when you're in a time of need. We forget that they're city employees. They're not paid to help you or me. Despite the setbacks and temporal issues, folks still live here happily. You'll never find this while in Pleasant Garden, a cold beer, a surplus, or me. La-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, roll damn Tide Paul.
The Tales of That Town musical, brought to you in part by Renegade Motors and MCI WorldCom.
That, now hold up just one damn second. I never agreed to doing a musical episode.
Oh, come on, everyone has a musical episode.
Exactly, that's why we're not gonna have one.
Is this more of your low-key hipster shit, or is it because you can't sing?
Burton?
I wrote like 24 songs for this. What in the hell am I supposed to do with them now? Richard O'Brien won't call me back, so I thought maybe you would stifle my creativity. I was especially proud of this one. I've been working on cars since I was 7 years old. But my life turned around with a GM to me was sold.
No, you
Bill Skylark.
Fregoso, you stop playing that goddamn microphone. You know musical numbers, Burton? I swear to Christ. Go do this shit for your own podcast if you want to.
You know that it's going to take me like 2 years to finish this. Well, this is your fault. This is all your fault. You should have let me do the musical episode. We could have come up with some public domain shit. I mean, we've got a musical artist here. You think he doesn't come up with stuff on his own?
I had to feed Fregoso this afternoon. You think I'm heavy about that either?
It's all fucking free. You paid for the food. What else are we paying for?
Can you two stay professional for any measurable length of time?
You should know by now that is physically impossible.
That was not a question that required an answer.
Why not just say rhetorical?
Because I saved the big words for my public addresses and my sexy memoirs.
Ugh.
I knew that would quiet you windbags up. Now, stay shocked and let a professional get this show started. Citizens of that town, by mayoral decree, the following episode may cover topics the likes of which may trigger your timbers. Consider yourselves duly notified. Also, by mayoral decree, I announce the beginning of episode 50. On this once-in-a-lifetime occasion, all taxes have been reduced by 5%. Shop local and be prepared for a 7% increase in taxes starting tomorrow.
That's the secret of cultivating the extremely difficult to grow gun oil plant.
Yeah, see, that's not actually its name. That's just what we call it. It turns out that it produces this oil-like sap that is incredible at oiling guns. Who knew, right? I mean, druids, man, they've been sitting on this for like a while, okay?
Yeah, actually, it turns out that not only does it secrete an oil that's incredibly good for your weapons, the flowers, when crushed properly, pulped and then turned into a certain kind of paste, are awesome for anointing bullets. Not only effective for killing almost any undead, but they also hurt the shit out of vampires. I mean, big perks here, right?
Oh yeah, it's also totally effective at poisoning mortal creatures. I mean, one glancing blow with one of these suckers, and they're on the ground frothing at the mouth in the next 5 minutes. It's awesome.
Another perk that is lesser known, most people probably don't have to worry about this, but this is the only substance, the oil from the plant that is, that we've ever been able to find that is perfect. I mean, perfect for cleaning, maintaining, and or feeding your semi-organic and fully organic guns.
Yeah, those little bastards are so finicky about what you feed them.
And or what you clean them with, they have feelings, right?
But, like you said, most people don't have to worry about that. Anyway, sorry we dragged on for a while there.
It's alright, Other Josh. I'm sure they found the information extremely useful. And we hope that with these life hacks, you too can become a fully licensed druid.
Yeah, you too, but go somewhere else to practice your newfound druid shit.
Right, yeah. That was actually the final life hack. See, go find your own turf and stake it out. Druid turf wars are historically bloody and can be waged for years. And while the druids that originally start the turf war are rarely killed, their minions and garden warriors perished by the droves. I mean, heaps of corpses just strewn all over those meticulously cared for gardens and lawns.
And these husks that were once so full of life are in turn made into compost. Some would say this is a way to negate the wanton loss of life in these horrible, horrible feuds. But I think it's actually more of a PR stunt by the company.
Hey, Other Josh, you remember? I'm sorry. You remember that one turf war we were in?
You think about the one we started or the one we were paid to start? I don't really remember. They were that funny.
No. No, the one we accidentally started. You remember that guy?
Wait, you mean the one with the pipe bomb?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that one.
Oh, God. Oh, what was his name? The druid. Oh, shit. It's Topaz, Topher?
Topher the Trim. What a lame-ass name.
Oh, my God. That douchebag. He was all like, I hope you guys like sauntering men when he was all pissed. Like, what the hell does that even mean?
And then you threw another pipe bomb at him. Oh, man.
Well, what can I say? I was in a pipe bomb throwing mood. I mean, you had him, right? Use it or lose it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you really were. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. Oh.
All right, what did I miss?
Hey. Nothing much. We were just deciding to fill time by telling people how to take up druidity.
In the grand scheme of things, that was actually probably a good use of time.
I do have one question for you, though.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Since I don't actually run anything around here aside from my mouth, what's that blinking light on the board there?
That would be an alert from the National Weather Service. Let me just flip this switch and get the paper readout.
That seems like a pretty lame and convoluted way to get weather updates.
Uh-oh. Jesse's making a face.
Is it a sad face?
No, it's that one he makes, the weird human expression he does when we tell him about the stuff we do.
Oh, God, fear. It's fear?
No, that's the other one.
Concern.
Yes, that one. He's doing his concerned face.
Oh, come on, man. What does the paper say?
We are under a Thundernado watch.
What? Not again. I thought you killed the last warlock that showed up here.
I didn't kill him. He just teleported somewhere else. As I understand it, he's actually an actor now. Go figure.
The nerve of talented people and their overly wise decisions.
A burden we know all too well.
Nope, not worth my time trying to unpack. Listeners, we are under a Thundernado watch. The sirens are sure to be going off soon. Take shelter, get away from trailer parks, and ration your bread and milk intake accordingly.
Hold up a second. Aren't Thundernados a magical construct? You know, something that can't occur in nature without someone in robes, wearing a length of beard, getting involved?
Maybe? I'm not the magic guy.
Well, then it sounds like you need to call him then, don't you?
Ooh, my ears are burning.
Then back away from this roaring flame I have here. There's nothing quite like a fire at the end of a winter's day in that town. A morning of brisk 50s, an afternoon in the 70s, and an evening just this side of the 30s. And now this, a large fire, some libations, and co-workers/friends to share the former with.
You realize the phrase, my ears are burning, is about people somewhere talking about you, right?
I've brushed shoulders with that colloquialism before, yes.
And you also realize that phrases like that become literal when you use a magic a lot, right?
That I was unaware of. But you saying that, I am now noticing the little blue flames licking at the top of your ears.
Please don't use the words licking and ears in the same sentence.
I'll have you know... What in the devil is that noise interrupting my rebuttal?
That sounds like the Thundernado siren.
I vaguely remember what that is. I'm supposed to give a speech if one shows up, I believe.
That would be my crystal ball. Hello? Yeah, I'm hearing it too. I'm in Mayor Jason's office. We'll look into it.
And that was...
That was Jesse. The Thundernado has been confirmed.
Thundernados! Right! Yes! I used to pay someone to create those. Until they skipped town.
Where did they go?
No clue. I knew I should have had Tyler track him down.
Tyler enters, stage left. Who or what am I stabbing?
Tyler, you're right on time.
I'm always on time. Did that warlock come back to town?
Perhaps. How about you two go and see about that whilst I calm the masses?
I just got here. Can I at least have a glass of whatever y'all are drinking?
Absolutely not. You are on the clock. Now go out there and keep the town from getting destroyed by a gale force winds.
Fine. Come on, Mike.
Right behind you.
Perfect. I'm alone. I can now record my public address with this bottle of liquid courage. Where is my bottle? It was just here. Michael, you will regret this.
Scout your boat, Melonhead. This storm is headed right for our domicile.
Daddy, it's powerful windy and loud here in the outer doors.
And that's why we're going to the storm drain. Come on.
A storm drain ain't gonna do nothing to impede this here storm.
You ain't laid eyes on this one. Hop on down.
You want me to jump into a literal pit of darkness?
You'd rather stay topside?
Fine, I'll hop down there, but I ain't even catch a hint of a snake. We're gonna have words. This water's freezing.
Better than it being warm and attracting snakes. This away, boy.
How far do we have to traverse? You want me to travel over how far do we have to walk?
Just until we stop.
That ain't what I asked.
We're here anyways.
Please present identification.
Why is there a robot skulking around in the darkness?
This ain't a robot. It's my storm drain security.
Incorrect identification.
I weren't talking to you.
Please present identification.
Alan Co. Hall.
Identification confirmed. Please present password.
Back in Saigon.
Password confirmed. Welcome, user Alan.
Welcome to the storm drain, son.
When did you get this? And why is we living up in abject squalor up there when we could be living in the lap of luxury down here?
Because this is only for emergency situations.
I'll say.
What the? An interloper!
I prefer the term storm refugee.
Wait a minute. You're that feller that had your home go all unsolved mysteries, ain't you?
Yeah. And you told me that I could come hang out here for a couple of days since I'm between homes at the moment.
I don't recollect that.
Were he drinking?
This occurred at the pizza shop in town, so yes.
Now I recollect that. Well, feller, we got a squat down here for a spell.
Yeah, the tornado.
Wrong. Ain't no tornado, son. This here's a thundernado.
Thundernado?
Let me crank on this here radio and see if Mayor Jason has given his speech yet.
Here, wiggle the antenna, and I'll jostle the aluminum foil you have wrapped at the top. That's a lot of fucking aluminum foil. You trying to pick up shit in Europe?
We go now to Mayor Jason's statement. Good evening, my fellow That-Townians. As your judiciously elected mayor, Mayor Jason. For those of you who are new to town, if you are new to the town, I hope you remember to pay your I'm new to the town tax. You're listening to my voice coming to you over a blowtorch of 5,000 watt frequency modulation. There's a siren going off right now. I doubt you can hear it over the loudness of your radio that should be all the way to the ceiling to fully encompass the greatness of my voice. You let a siren control you, just like the sailors of old. It tells you that there is a tornado, not a tornado, a thunderstorm, not a thunderstorm, a thundernado. A composite of the most terrifying parts of the more simple quantities making it up. How foolish of you to choose to live in a place as amazing as that town where you live and love and pay taxes. Don't forget to pay your taxes. And after all the science I had made showing you otherwise, you have still chosen to stay in town, regardless of the oncoming thundernado. I really could not have chosen a more stupid citizenry to lead. Have myself elected by, be elected by. You've gathered in front of your radios or computers or specially branded death machines to hear my voice tell you words of comfort, that everything will be okay and that I will once more protect you from the thundernado. There is just one problem. I don't know who is behind creating this storm, this oblivion made real. In the past, I had someone that could destroy these storms, and I fear this person may be behind this very storm. I'm breaking away from my usual script here, and I'm going to be very blunt with you. My constituency. I don't know how tonight will go. I have my best people, your neighbors, on the job. I have full faith in their abilities. But given the unknowns in this situation, that town's police force has opened up the bomb shelter in its basement. If you believe your house cannot withstand the oncoming effects of this thundernado, whatever they may be, pulling down freezing atmosphere from the stratosphere to mix with the lower climes and perform acrobatic precipitory wonders, for example, then please, I implore you to go now to the police station. We've been through worse, my dear That Town. I am certain we will get through this. Stay safe. Oh, and if anyone sees Michael, the town mage, you tell that sneak thief that I want my liquor back. This weather event has tempers running high, and we would all do well to curb such. I will see you all in the morning. I promise.
That town dungeon. I haven't been down here in months. Who are we here to see?
Well, only a warlock can mess with weather, and since we have one of those in the dungeon, I figured we should check here first.
Is that the weird guy from the convention?
Yep, Karth. His usual magic is making copies of himself, but weather manipulation is something he can do.
How has he not escaped?
His cell nullifies his magic.
Alright, here's his cell. And it looks empty.
That's because it is. Damn it.
Where could he have gotten off to?
No telling. Hey, do me a favor.
What's up?
To see if his cell door is locked or not.
Are the bars electrified?
No.
Do not put that inflection on that word.
This is the anti-magic cell, not the electric cage cell.
Personally, I don't see why both cells can't have both those properties. No magic, and you get 100,000 volts if you try anything I don't like.
Bring it up to Mayor Jason after you open that door.
You better bet I will.
Better bet it.
Better bet it.
Better bet it, butter,
Better
bet it.
bit of butter makes the batter better. Whoa! Mike, you trying to turn off your fire?
I would, if this room was still negating magic.
Hey, about that. How does this room, do that?
Limestone. This room is a hollowed-out chunk of limestone. It kills your connection to magic every time.
But not now?
Want a ham sandwich?
And how does that work?
It beats me, but Karth isn't here, so that means we need to find a clue as to where he went.
Does the limestone usually have runes carved into it?
No. Where are you seeing runes?
Right here, by the bed.
Oh, well, good. He deactivated the magic nullifying properties of the limestone with these runes.
How would the runes work if magic is nullified in this room? And do not say magic.
If I can't answer properly, I'll just remain silent.
Where do we go from here?
There's one place that I can think of, but it'll either be an empty field or, somehow, a kind of spooky building that was once the Warological Society of that town.
That sounds made up.
By and large, magic users are just a bunch of nerds that got really lucky and can bend reality to their will. A lot of shit they do sounds made up.
That makes sense. Alright, lead the way. Because I have a feeling that if I try to get us to where we're going, we'll never get there.
Actually, yeah.
I can't help the feeling that if I had just killed Karth back at the convention, we would have dodged this whole situation.
Probably.
Yep, that's a creepy tower, all right. Oh, hey, I forgot to ask. Why did you think the tower wouldn't be here?
That would be because the warlock that lived here took the tower with him when he skipped town.
How did... Magic?
Magic.
I don't even ask. What's the best sort of metal to dispatch magic people? Silver, right?
Any pure metal will do the trick, but silver is the cheapest.
Silver it is, then.
Silver bullets to complement your silver knives?
If silver is what'll do the job, then I'm getting silver into the problem one way or another.
Let's try talking before we start in on the gun violence, okay?
That's up to what's-his-face, isn't it?
Get ready, then. I'm opening the door.
Despair before my might, Andrew.
Whoa. Hey, so that's not Karth.
It really isn't. I wasn't expecting that.
Karth gave us his power to multiply and control weather in exchange for freeing him from the dungeon. Isn't that awesome?
Sounds kinda bullshit, honestly.
Why are you trying to destroy the town? You live here too, dumbass.
Au contrary, I live in this Thundernado-proof tower. I'm also totally evil now. Was that not obvious?
No, it was obvious.
Really blatant.
No matter. First I'll dispatch you two Andrews, and then the other Andrews in town.
Michael, you know how I'm not the one to point out the obvious because it really annoys me?
Family curse, honestly.
Right, so, the Thundernado looks like it's headed this way.
Oh, it is.
Then you distract the clone so I hit him right between the eyes.
What are you two whispering about out there?
Private conversation!
The nerve of some people. We're out here trying to calmly plan their demise as a literal force of nature is bearing down on us and he wants to eavesdrop.
Some people just have no manners.
Honestly.
Don't make me come out there.
I'm going to make some jingling keys appear in front of the clone, and then you do your thing.
If you think you can make keys appear, why not just kill him yourself?
I can just feel the magic backfiring.
That sadly makes a lot of sense. Wait a minute, if that clone can multiply, what are the chances he isn't the original?
A pretty stellar chance, but we'll need to get rid of him anyway. And even if this isn't the original, if this is the one that made the Thundernado, it'll solve our current problem.
And then we take the road trip?
And then we take the road trip.
Then make some keys.
Here we go.
What is this? The allure of these aluminum alloys. How their silver sheen catches the light. How the metal tinkle against each other. How they hover in the air. Ah! My head! My head! My head!
There we go. But not the original, damn it.
Seems like he was the one that made the Thundernado, though.
Small mercies.
We'll track them down, just, not today. It's not like this tower is going anywhere. Ah, son of a bitch.
We really should have seen that coming.
Greetings, my storm-soaked citizenry. As promised last night over the radio waves and podcast feeds, we all survived, and that is thanks to the city workers laboring under the harshest conditions imaginable. True, all the stores in town are sorely lacking in bread and milk because, for some reason, those are the foodstuffs you all decided to hoard, but no matter, we survived. And that is what is most important. You may notice that there are now wanted posters all over town looking for individuals connected to last night's storm. If you see them, or have any information as to their whereabouts, do not hesitate to call the 800 number printed at the bottom of those posters. We want these individuals brought to justice, either a court of law or the backwoods justice that sometimes comes to pass on a near-daily basis in these parts.
Woo!
Thank you for the outburst, Ashley. May I ask where you were last night?
I was in my house. I'm from Florida. I don't play with windstorms.
Of course. Just know that your cowardice has been noted.
Hey!
In closing, I want to thank you all for being here. It's been nearly 3 years since our last Thundernado, and I hope all you good citizens hearing my voice stick around for another 3 years, and another 3 years, and another 3 years beyond that. Not that we would regularly schedule such atmospheric conditions for any profitable reason. I digress. And so on and so forth. Now, get back to work. Standing around doesn't get those taxes paid. And pray I don't reinstate the standing around tax.
Yeah.
Boo! You suck!
That was a half joke. You're allowed to half laugh. One of you had better half laugh. Jesse, 9/10 of your job is half laughing. Get to it.
Well, I'm not laughing. I thought it was fucking stupid.
Tales of That Town is a production of That Town Entertainment. This week's episode was written by Tyler Murphy, Michael Murphy, Joshua Singer, Ashley Hall, Jason Smith, James Burton, and Jesse Hall. It was directed by Michael Murphy, James Burton, Joshua Singer, and Jesse Hall. It features the talents of Tyler Murphy as Tyler, Michael Murphy as Michael, Jason Smith as Mayor Jason and Melonhead, Joshua Singer as Josh and Other Josh, James Burton as himself and Burton, Ashley Hall as the AI and Ashley, Zach Fregoso as himself, and Jesse Hall as himself, Jesse, Alan, and Miscellaneous. All original music was produced by Zach Fregoso. Sections of Rainbow Connection by Paul Williams and Kenneth Asher, as well as sections of Freebird by Ronnie Van Zant and Alan Collins, were performed in parody by Zach Fregoso. On social media, we're That Town Entertainment on YouTube, Tumblr, and Facebook. On Twitter, we're at Tales of That Town and at This Is That Town. And this has been episode 50. 050 of Tales of That Town. Now, prepare for the outtakes. And really, thank you. You, yes, you in particular. Thank you.
Daddy, it's powerful, windy, and loud in here out of the door. Wait, what?
In the altitude. You were the one saying it. Come on, Gavin. Cut your guns a little bit more because no one hits louder.
Yep.
What's funny is I actually have a piece of aluminum foil in front of me, and I literally have no idea where it came from, but when I got to that line, I was like, oh shit, I have aluminum foil. The Lord works in mysterious ways that are completely mundane.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why spell somebody's name funny in a podcast where people are just going to hear us pronounce it? You could literally just write it like it's pronounced.
Jesse, you've got to address that. This is just for us.
This is just for us.
I guess, he could talk about it and be like, no, it's spelled with a Q, you Neanderthal.
But no one would ever care or know.
But unless,
it could be spelled Karth for our purposes.
It could be spelled with an X. Who knows? Not the audience.
Moving on.
Every time I read that is, I claim the masses. That's because you're just
They're already mine, Michael. I'm their mayor.
He just walks out on his balcony. He's like, "You're all mine. I claim thee." Okay.
That's a bit like Joffrey saying that he's the king all the time?
I'm the king!
It's not the sort of thing I have to say anymore, Michael. It just is something that everybody understands.
It's an established fact until someone kills him at his wedding. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's why I have made no plans
to marry
in this story arc. I'm going to try to do this in one reading. If I do this in one reading...
I'll pour you a shot.
No. I
get more moonshine.
If I do this in one reading, I damn well better get a potty for it. I'm assuming that the Academy Award for podcasting is called a potty.
A potty? I thought, like, the toilet was taken out of his house or something.
Jason, did someone steal all the toilets? I wouldn't be surprised considering where you are.
A tornado? A thunderstorm? Not! A thunderstorm! A thundernado! A composite of the most horrifying... Dang it.
You ad-libbed! You couldn't stop yourself!
Freakoso, play us off! Freebird!
Down that town. I'm screaming, Lord Such Clone. That town, Joint County. Them nightmare beasts gonna kick your ass. Mayor Jason is up in an ivory tower. I didn't realize that was a literal thing until about halfway through the series. Neil Young approved.